Hello class, welcome to TAL Tutorials. In this PPT, we will be doing the second part of the ICC chapter refraction. So basically in this chapter, we will be referring to prism. So what is prism? That is a very $100 question. A prism is defined as a transparent medium bounded by 5 plane surfaces with a triangular cross section. See, two opposite surface of prism are identical parallel triangle, while the other three surfaces are rectangular and inclined to each other. So in prism, the ray of light suffer refraction at two inclined faces. The prism produces a deviation at the first surface and another deviation at the second surface. Hence, in the path of light, the prism produces a deviation. I can be more clearer in this. See, when it is traveling in the first instances, it suffers refraction from rarer medium, that is air, to denser medium, that is glass. So it bent toward the normal, and again from the denser medium it is traveling to a rarer medium and it is refracted and it is moving to the away of the normal. The value of angle of deviation, first of all, what is angle of deviation? It is an angle between the direction of incident ray and the emergent ray. The value of the angle of deviation depend on the following 4 factors. First is angle of incidence, second is material of prism, third is angle of prism, and fourth is the color of wavelength. See, in the dependence of angle of incidence, how it will be denoted by deviation is equal to 2IA. If you go deviation at the different angle of incidence, it will found a different angle. So it is found for any given angle of incidence, the prism with higher refractive index produces greater deviation than the prism which has a lower refractive index. How it is depending on the angle of prism, it is found that the angle of deviation, that is delta, increases with the increase in the angle of prism. And last is color. The refractive index of a given transparent medium is different for the light of different color. It decreases with the increase in the wavelength of light. Thus, the refractive index of the material of prism for visible light is maximum for violet color and minimum for the red color. I hope you are through how it is depending on the 4 factors. Now, I have a small bunch of questions here. First question: how does the angle of minimum deviation produced by a prism change with increase in, first, the wavelength of incident light, second, the refracting angle of the prism? As we increase the wavelength of incident light, the angle of deviation decreases. The angle of, second question, the refracting angle of prism. The angle of deviation increases with the increase in refracting angle of the prism. Second question we have, write the relationship for the angle of deviation, that is delta, for a ray of light passing through an equilateral prism in terms of angle of incident, in terms of angle of emergent, and last is angle of prism. The relationship between angle of incident, angle of emergence, and angle of prism and the angle of deviation for a ray of light passing through an equilateral prism is deviation is equal to I plus E minus A, where I is incident, E is emergent, and A is angle of prism. Name the color of white light which is deviated the most, the least on passing through the prism. On passing through a prism, violet color will deviate the most and red color will deviate the least. Which of the two prisms, first it is made up of crown glass, second it is made of flint glass, deviate a ray of light more? The B made of flint glass at higher refractive index, so B made of flint glass deviate a ray of light more. How does the angle of deviation depend on refracting angle of prism? With the increase in the angle of prism, the angle of deviation, that is delta, increases. I have two numerical questions also here. First is, a ray of light incident at an angle of 48 degree on a prism of refracting angle 60 suffer minimum deviation. Calculate the minimum deviation here. See, angle of incident, that is I, is equal to 48. Refracting angle A is equal to 60. Angle of minimum deviation, that is delta mean, we require. Remember class, actually I was not able to find delta, so I have put question mean, so that question is delta. So delta mean is equal to 2IA, we know that formula. When we substitute the value 2 into 48 minus 60, that is 96 minus 60, we get the minimum deviation, that is delta minimum, is equal to 36 degree. What should be angle of incidence for a ray of light which suffers a minimum deviation of 36 through an equilateral prism? Angle of prism, that is A, is equal to 60 degree. Angle of minimum deviation, that delta mean, equal to 36 degree. We need angle of incidence. We apply the same formula, that is delta mean is equal to 2I minus A, that is 36 is equal to 2I minus A. When we solve that equation, we get I as 48. I think we are very clear with these two numericals. In this chapter, I am not forming a last part as numerical. I am going through with the parts numerical. First part numericals I have explained here. Now, here, before knowing this, we need to find what is real depth and apparent depth. An object placed in a denser medium when viewed from a rarer medium appears to be depth lesser than its real depth. You must have observed that while bathing, if you put any stick there, you will see a bend there. This is just because of the refraction. Here I am proving refractive index is equal to real depth by apparent depth. See, we consider a ray of light OA which is incident on the surface PQ normally. It passes straight along A dash. Consider another ray from O, incident angle I along OB. This ray gets refracted and passes along BC. The ray BC appears to coming from point I, which is the virtual image of O, obtained on producing A dash A and BC backward. Hence, AI represents the apparent depth, which is always less than the real depth. Since AO and BN dash are parallel and OB is a transversal line, so angle AOB is equal to OBN1 is equal to I. Similarly, IA dash and BN are also parallel and IC is transversal line, so angle BIA dash is equal to angle CBN is equal to R. We find a right angle triangle there in the diagram, that is BAO. There sin I is equal to BA by OB, and right angle triangle IAB, we find sin R is equal to BA by IB. When we go to that formula mu MA, we find sin I by sin R, and when we divide we get IB by OB. So here refractive index of medium with respect to air is 1 by M mu A, that is OB by IB. Hence, the object is viewed from a point vertically above the object O, since object B is very close to the point A. Hence, IB is equal to OB and mu AM is equal to OA by IA, that is nothing, that is real depth by apparent depth. So, the shift by which the object appear to be raised depend on three things. First is the refractive index, second the thickness of the medium, and third on the wavelength, means color of the light. Higher the refractive index of the medium, more is the shift. Thicker the medium, more is the shift, and the shift decreases with increase in the wavelength of the light used. Now, I'll make you understand a very simple phenomena, that is apparent bending of a stick under water. See, the figure shows that there is a stick appear bent or raised which is partially immersed in water in glass container. This is due to the rays appears to come from P dash, which is the virtual image of the tip B of the stick. This is due to the refraction of light from denser medium to rarer medium at the surface, separating the two media. Now, note down, an object placed in a rarer medium when viewed from a denser medium appear to be at a greater distance than its real distance. Some consequences of refraction of lights are what? A star appear twinkling. A print appear to be raised when a slab is placed over it. A person's legs appear to be short when standing in a tank. You have observed that. A coin is in a vessel and not visible when seen from just below the edge, but can be viewed from the same position when water is poured into the vessel. Now I will discuss these two sums, that is, a water pond appear to be 2.7 meter deep. If the refractive index of water is 4/3, find the actual depth of the pond. Given the apparent depth as 2.7 and refractive index of mu, that is water, that is 4/3, the real depth is equal to apparent depth by mu water, that is 2.7 into 4/3, and we get real depth as 3.6 meter. Second question, a coin is placed at the bottom of a beaker containing water, that is refractive index is given as 4/3, to a depth of 12 centimeter. By what height the coin appears to be raised when seen from vertically above? See, mu water is given as 4/3, that is refractive index of water is given as 4/3, and real depth at which the coin is placed is 12 centimeter. So we need to find the shift in the image, that is nothing, that is real depth into 1 minus 1 by mu, that is 12 into 1 minus 3/4. That comes as 12/4, so shift or R will be 3 centimeter. This is the last thing we are discussing in this PPT. In the next PPT, I will be coming back with critical angle and total internal reflection. Till then, bye bye, good night, we will meet you next.